What you're about to learn will forever change how you view girls, the world, and everything in it. And when you're finished watching this video, you will know the one thing that no girl can resist. I'll wait for you to like and subscribe so this message can reach more men who need this advice. For thousands of years, humans have lived on Earth, and we didn't always have all of the modern luxuries that we have today. Back during this time period, things were simple, and we didn't have the internet or Netflix. Thousands of years ago, humans moved around in groups, and if you look around at today's world, things really aren't too much different. In other words, the social structure that governs humans, and especially attraction itself, is still the same. Long ago, when a guy looked at a girl, he would place value on her almost exclusively based on her physical beauty. And today, really nothing has changed. Of course, many guys want the girl to have some intelligence, but most of the value in a man's eyes is based on a girl's physical beauty. In the distant past, the main thing that girls looked for in a guy was his ability to protect and provide for her and her children. Today, when it comes to attraction, really nothing has changed. Most guys still look for girls who have great physical beauty, and girls still look for guys who can protect and provide. But here is where it gets interesting. In recent times, researchers have discovered that girls will actually settle for a man who is less attractive than they are, so long as he has plenty of resources, or the one thing that girls can't resist. Share this message with someone who needs to know this. In an ideal world, most girls dream of finding a knight in shining armor, a guy who's super attractive, really strong, and incredibly wealthy. But in reality, things aren't always perfect. Often, girls end up with a guy who only has one or two of these qualities, not all three. But here's the interesting part: attracting girls isn't as complicated as it seems. All you really need is one key thing, and you'll find it easy to attract beautiful girls into your life. I observed something intriguing about how attractive people were based on where they lived. In less nice areas of town, the girls were about as attractive as the ones around them. But after paying attention to a nicer part of town, I noticed that most of the girls were more attractive. And it was the same with the guys they were with. They were either really good looking or had more money compared to those in poorer areas. Later on, when we moved to a neighborhood that many people would call the American dream, I found that the girls there were almost as attractive as you can get. They were smart but not overly so, really nice, and super attractive. And it's probably no surprise that most of the guys in that neighborhood were either really good looking, really rich, really famous, or all of those things combined. Thousands of years ago, you would find the most attractive girls with the kings and the pharaohs of the ancient land. Try to imagine a king from this time period. He most likely had incredible wealth, unmatched social status, and enough good looks to match even the most beautiful girls within his kingdom. Now, think about it like this: why would a king choose a girl from the third or second tier areas when he's obviously in the first tier himself? The same is true for girls. Why would a girl who has the physical beauty to be in the top tier choose a guy who has no good looks, no money, and no social status? This is simply the reality of the real world. Thousands of years ago, girls wanted a guy who can protect and provide, and guys simply wanted a girl who is very attractive and pleasant to be around. In today's world, nothing has really changed, and on a primal level, girls and guys still want the same things. So, the real question is, what is the one secret thing that no girl can resist? And the answer is simple. This ability, once mastered, is like a shortcut to the top tiers of life and society. And the better that you get, the less that you will need to rely on good looks and money. Many of the most successful guys in life aren't extremely handsome, and they weren't born with some amazing genetic gifts. They started out just like you and me, and with the help of the secret ability, they quickly rose to the top tier of society and gained access to everything that comes with it. What most people don't realize is that our brains are hardwired to connect, and this is especially true with girls. Believe it or not, the fastest way to court a girl and build attraction is not with wealth or with good looks. These things are important, and they do offer a great advantage depending on how much you have of them. But the one thing that no girl on the planet can resist is something that the players refer to as game. And it's almost like a cheat code for life, but it's probably not quite what you think it is. Another name for game is social intelligence, and it's really just how well you're able to navigate social environments and create relationships with others. As it turns out, we humans are wired for social connections because we have more spindle cells in our brains than any other species on Earth. Throughout your life, you have probably seen many average-looking guys who have very little money or resources with very attractive girls and wondered how exactly that's possible. You could think of these guys like the pure strength characters on a popular RPG game. All of their other skills are 0, but their strength or game is 100. Another way to think of game is social status. On a primal level, girls will always be attracted to resources and good looks, but it is the guy who has the best game who will win in most situations. You see, girls are primarily social creatures, so therefore, the primary way to connect with them is through social interaction. But what's really exciting about this is that the one thing that no girl can resist also happens to be the easiest to master. It is also the one thing that you need to have before anything else. So many guys try to attract girls by making a ton of money or by becoming very powerful, and while these things do work extremely well, this is simply backward thinking. The money, the power, and all of the other things that attract girls on a primal level are simply the byproducts of a man's social intelligence or game. To make a fortune, all that you have to do is convince enough people to give you their money. And how do you do this? The answer is with game. If you want to become extremely powerful in society or even famous, once again, these things are directly linked to your social skills. Once you reach the upper echelon of life, you'll find that billion-dollar deals are made in a back room with a handshake and a conversation. And attracting girls is no different. If you're having trouble doing this, making a fortune, or succeeding in any area of your life, you probably just need to work on your game or social skills. Trading your game is easy, and like anything else, it is achieved through practice and through repetition. And your level of game or social intelligence is the one thing that, on a primal level, no girl on the planet can resist. And the absolute best way to train it is through real experience and practice. All of the money, the power, and everything else that you could ever want in life will become available to you as you begin to improve your game. And it's almost like a secret ladder that will allow you to quickly reach the top tiers of life. We are in the year 2024 when dating has become one of the hardest things as a man. There are many relationship gurus out there who don't even know what they are talking about and who just want to take your hard-earned money. But, if you don't know the best way to get laid with the hottest girls out here, you'll likely never get the girl of your dreams and have to settle for the low-hanging fruits. Because high-value men know where and how to get the hottest and richest girls without busting the bank. And it's kept private by the 1% so that the rest of us can't have access to this information. But I've formed connections with an elite group of men. And in this video, I show you the exact strategy they use to get laid. So watch this one next if you want to know what it is, and how you can use it to get the girl of your dreams. Like and subscribe for the algorithm.